Welcome along to this week's BoyleSports Betzone with me, Nigel Seeley. No Premier League this weekend, but it's a massive weekend of European qualification games. I'm delighted to say joining me to look ahead to all the games involving the home nations this weekend is former Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton and Bradford striker Flash Gordon-Watson. How are you, sir?
Good, Nige, good. No Premiership though, so international for us.
Do you like these weekends?
I do when it gets to the business end. I mean, I don't really pay that much attention when it looks like straightforward games, like obviously England playing Lithuania. But when it gets to the business end, you get a few turn-ups.
I mean, not really, but in the qualification, you look very good. But when they get to the World Cups or the European Championships, that's where they let us down. But they're starting off on Friday night. The game live on ITV, 7:45. England at home to Lithuania at Wembley Stadium, and England are the unbackable favourites. No surprise with BoyleSports at 1-9. First of all, how impressed have you been with England?
They've just done the job, haven't they, really? I mean, again, you've said they flatter to deceive because they win their game, they cruise through, they get all our hopes up, and it's heart on head time. You know in your head that we're not going to get very far, or we haven't done. But your heart says that we're going to win it 10-0 in the final. So, yeah, they play tricks on us. But listen, they've done everything that's been asked of them, and let's hope they go one step further.
One thing they have done is kept clean sheets. They've only conceded one goal in their 4 qualification games so far. They're 100% record. They're 1-9 to maintain the 100% record. What about England's win to 0 at a much tastier kind of price?
Certainty. Surely. I mean, if at Wembley, if England let a goal in against Lithuania, that would be just as bad as getting beat in my book. I mean, that would really be an absolute shocker.
Lithuania have won 2 games against the group minnows San Marino and Estonia, and they've lost 2 games against the teams that England have already beaten. So you would think an England win to 0 would be quite a decent bet on that. Harry Kane making his debut for England. What do you make of Harry Kane?
Listen, he's been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've watched him over the last few years grow, and there's massive question marks about him. He's been here, there and everywhere on loan. Did I ever think that he'd be the player that would be top scorer in the Premiership? Not in a month of Sundays, not in this short space of time. But he's done great. He don't mind having a shot. He backs himself, and he's just riding that wave. But we've seen him come and go before. Let's hope he's here and he's the real deal. Yeah,
we've seen Michael Ricketts.
Yeah.
We've seen Franny Jeffers.
Nugent.
We've seen David Nugent. Obviously a little bit better than that, but it's a big gap, a big gulf, I think, to go from league football to international football, and to have him the same price as Wayne Rooney to score the first goal around that kind of price is an insult to Wayne Rooney. BoyleSports are doing a special offer in this game on Harry Kane. Money back on selected markets if the Hurricane scores last in that game. That offer is exclusive to mobile punters. So go to your mobile phone, click on that, and if you have a bet and Harry Kane does score the last goal, money back on selected markets on that one. What's your score prediction, Flash?
I think England to win 3-0.
I'm going to go for 4-0 England. England to win to 0 is my best bet on it, and it's quite a tasty price. It's around about 2 to 5, 4 to 9, that kind of mark, and I think that's a great bet if you're a bigger punter, obviously. But if you're on playing an accumulator, I've got a 4-fold for you, and that is part 1 of my 4-fold this weekend, which is enhanced by BoyleSports and is available on the website right now. Okay, let's move on to Saturday, 5 o'clock. Israel, they're at home to Wales. Now, a few years ago, you saw Israel, and you think, this is an easy game for Wales. Not anymore, is it?
No, I like Israel. I think Israel will be far too nimble for Wales. Wales, I mean, they're not exactly a one-man side, but they rely so much on obviously the likes of Gareth Bale. So it's Israel, for me, very, very tough place to go and play. They'll be patient. And listen, they're up and coming. They are up and coming. And I'm quite happy to stick my neck out and say Israel beat Wales.
Stick your neck out, Flash. Even money shot. Well done. Stick your neck out.
Well, they're even money, but they're even money at home. I mean, you have a look at all the other home games we're going to be having a look at. They're all like odds on.
Sticking your neck out, it's saying Gibraltar will beat Scotland, which we'll come on to later. Not even money. Israel to beat Wales.
Have to have some neck
So Israel to beat Gareth Bale, essentially, is what we're saying here. Gareth Bale in terrible form from Real Madrid. What's his confidence going to be like going into this game?
Listen, it might be just what he needs. I mean, listen, I don't think he's played as bad as a lot of people are saying. I think it's just that people are, Ronaldo and co are just ganging up against him. He's an awesome talent, and the quicker he gets back into the Premiership, the better for me.
Wales are 3-1 to win this game if you fancy a shock. 11-5 for the draw. Even money Israel. Israel did beat Bosnia 3-0 in their last home game. That was a game that Wales played against Bosnia, and they struggled with a 0-0 draw. So all the omens are good for Israel. They score goals. They're a tough place to go. And I think Israel beat them as well. And I'm going to stick my neck out and give another even money shot. Israel to beat Wales. And that's part 2 of my 4-fold, which we'll come on to later. What score are we going to go for, Flash?
I want to go for 2-1.
I'm going to go for 3-1 Israel. It brings in over 2.5 goals. Both teams to score. We both agree on that. BoyleSports got quite a couple of tasty prices on those in a match that they don't predict many goals. I do. I think it's going to be quite an entertaining one. Israel have scored at least, they've been involved in 26 of their last internationals that have seen at least 2 goals. And I think that will continue in this one. OK, one game where I can confidently say there isn't going to be many goals is on Sunday at 4 o'clock, Sky Sports 5. Northern Ireland against Finland. What do you think of this?
Set your alarm for when it finishes.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't see hardly any goals. I think 0-0 is a massive player here. And I mean, listen, we're not being scientists or professors here, but Northern Ireland don't score many goals. Finland don't score many goals. I just don't see the fireworks in this game.
No fireworks for Flash. Northern Ireland, the stats back him up. 10 of their last 11 games under 2.5 goals. In 5 of Finland's last 6 games under 2.5 goals. And this is a big game for both sides. They've got a great chance of qualification for the major final for a long time in their history, and it'll be occasionally a fair, won't it?
Very. I mean, the only problem you've got really is from Northern Ireland's point of view is if they actually overcommit and Finland catch them on the break, and then it still brings in the under 2.5 goals of Finland winning 1-0. I don't see Northern Ireland winning. I think you've got to plumb for the draw.
13-8 for Northern Ireland, 2-1 for the draw, 9-5 for Finland. The amount of times I told you on this show before, when the bookies can't split them, the draw is the biggest price to the 3. What do, Flash?
Go for the draw.
We back the draw, and that's exactly what we should do here. Under 2.5 goals is my best bet. I wouldn't rule out a 0-0, and I think 0-0 if you're playing the correct score, or no goal scorer is the best way to go. What is your prediction, Flash?
0-0.
0-0. Set the alarm and make sure it's off. Or maybe, if you don't set the alarm, switch over and watch a bit of the other Sunday on the red button. Scotland v Gibraltar. What about that game? There's going to be goals in this one.
Yeah, I would expect there to be goals. I mean, Scotland obviously looking to win to 0. They've got good spirit amongst them. They've got a few goals in them. I don't think this will be like a 6 or 7. I mean, Gibraltar probably are in the San Marino, Faroe Islands type bracket, but I can't see Scotland scoring more than maybe 3 or 4.
I worked in Gibraltar many years ago, and I'm convinced if I was still there at the same age, I'd be in this team. I would be lining up at Hampden Park playing international football. I would, if I was in Gibraltar, Flash, I would do something that you have never done. I would be playing international football for Gibraltar.
First team football.
I think you could still get the Gibraltar team even now with your knees. I really do. But anyway, Gibraltar, no surprise, 33-1, the biggest price on the BoyleSports coupon to produce a shock. They haven't even scored a goal in their qualification so far. 7-0 against Poland, 7-0 against Ireland, 3-0 against Georgia, 4-0 against Germany. Not going to score here. What's your prediction for score?
I'll go 4-0. I'll go 4-0. Scotland 4-0.
The handicap is 3 with BoyleSports. -3 is 2 to 5. Bit heavy odds on. Maybe 4.5 or 5.5 goals to play on the under and overs. I'm going to go for a 4-0 win for Scotland as well. But bear in mind the Scotland trio up front. Stephen Fletcher scoring no goals for Sunderland. Stephen Naismith, bit part at Everton. And Ross McCormack, one of the biggest flops in the Championship. So it's not really that prolific, is it? No,
but if you're going to go with that train of thought, then maybe there's a bit of value with the centre-halves going up for set pieces, because you're obviously going to get a bigger price, and I fancy that they'll be a bit more dominant than the Gibraltar man markers. And Berra did score the first goal in the game against Northern Ireland in midweek, the only goal of the game in the 85th minute coming from centre-half. OK, the final game, and I'm sure this is the big one for you BoyleSports punters, Republic of Ireland at home to Poland in really what is a must-win game for the Republic of Ireland. They're 8-5 to get the 3 points they desperately need, 19-10 for Poland, and the draw is a 2-1 shot. And we spoke about this in the Northern Ireland game, when you can't split the 2, maybe a draw, but a draw's not really any good for the Republic of Ireland here. No, I like Poland, yeah. I really like. Well, you're not going to go down very well with these punters, these BoyleSports. No, I do. I think you've got to look at it. Poland are dangerous. They are dangerous, and they've got pace, and they've got proven European goal scorers. Republic of Ireland, they're really like reliant on maybe two free players throughout their side. So I see this being quite cagey, quite tight, but I would expect Poland to come out on top over 90 minutes. And Poland to come out on top for Flash. I don't want to be here with him if we ever come over to Dublin to see you punters out there for BoyleSports. He's not going to be a very popular man you want to see coming off the aeroplane. But Poland have scored 17 goals in their last 5 games. Ireland won 4-1 in their last game against USA. They did get beat by Scotland, obviously, at Hampden Park, which means this game is a must-win. And Poland have already beaten Germany. You know, it's a tough game. You've hit the nail on the head there. This is a must-win game for the Republic of Ireland. which means that they've got to overcommit. That means that they've got to go hell for leather. And the one team really in this group you don't want to do that to is Poland. And also, you have a look at the two fullbacks for Poland. They are flying machines. So I'd expect Poland to great value, 19 to 10. 19
to 10, absolutely great value. Doing no good for himself for you punters out there if he ever comes to the Emerald Town, the Emerald City.
Well, if they back Poland, they win. And then Poland win, they're happy.
Well, let me say what about this for an offer that BoyleSports are giving here? Money back on all on selected markets if Poland win. So there you go. That's offer exclusive to mobile punters only. So if Poland win and you have a bet on Money Irish in the first goal scorer market or anything else, you get your cash back. So that's not bad.
Well, again, I mean, it's one of them. Your bet goes down and you get your money back if Poland win, or you're going home happy because Ireland have done the business.
Well, all the stats say loads of goals with Poland. I'm actually going to go under 2.5 goals. I think this is going to be very, very cagey with two teams that need the points. Let's have a look at my bet. It's a 13 to 2. It's an enhanced fourfold from the guys here at BoyleSports. England to win to 0, which I think is an absolute great bet. Israel to beat Wales. Northern Ireland beat Finland under 2.5 goals. And Republic of Ireland v Poland under 2.5 goals. And that pays a massive 13 to 2 for your money. Would you have a bit of that, Flash?
I can't see where you've gone wrong, to be honest, and that's not a good thing for you.
It's usually a very common thing that many people say on this show. What's your nap this weekend?
Well, I mean, obviously England win to 0 is just unbelievable value, and Northern Ireland, Finland under 2.5.
Well, you've gone 2 naps, 2 for the price of 1 for Flash. I'm just going to go for 1. Northern Ireland, Finland, under 2.5 goals, maybe even under 1.5, and have a few quid on the 0-0. Flash is going to go over that, and he's going to try to get in touch with the Irish Tourist Board to make sure, give his apologies already for opposing them with Poland. Have a good weekend, and hopefully Irish eyes are smiling.